Welcome, everyone. It's a Doogee S90, and today I'll show you how to transfer files from the SD card to a phone and vice versa. And to get started, we'll need to open up our file manager app, which is located right over here. If it pops up with any kind of things that it requires access to, just tap on allow. And from here we are going to go to files. And by default it's set to internal storage, so the storage of the device itself. And the folder structure is basically the same on both the internal and the SD card, so now the matter is more in finding where your files are. And just to make that simple, photos, videos they have captured with the device will always be located under the DCIM folder. That'd be either on the internal storage or the SD card. Both of them, like I said, will have the same folder structure if they need them. Then you have the downloads folder, which will contain anything that you have downloaded through either emails, a web browser, and stuff like that. And it can range from pictures to documents, whatever it is, it will be in here. Then below we have also pictures folder, which most of the time contains screenshots. It's empty in this case, but that's where they would be saved if I would capture any kind of screenshot on the device. And apart from that, you have a couple other folders like music, movies, stuff like that. Usually they should be empty. The device doesn't really save anything in there, so only the user primarily does. And if you have, then you probably know that it's in there. So from there, let's find our files. I'm gonna use some camera images that I have captured as an example. So there's just a bunch of them, as you can see in here. And like I said, pictures, videos will be in the DCIM folder, and that's where it is for me. And from here you want to select your files, so you can select it by holding it, and you can see once you hold it, it appears with this check mark and then additional circles which you can simply tap on to add on. So this is how you would select them manually, basically the ones that you want. If you want all of them, there's two ways of doing it. Either tap on the three dots and choose to select all, or you can also go back and simply select the entire folder and call it a day like that. And this will be just simpler and quicker. And once you have everything selected that you want, tap on again the three dots, and in here we should have move. There is the move option, and also copy. So the copy is right here. It has this icon of like square and just cut out square. I'm not really sure how to explain this. And it's basically a file kind of image. So this is the copy, which will create additional set of the same files. So you want to choose whichever one suits your need. I'm gonna go with the move, which will completely remove the images where they are right now and move them to a new location. So from here, it goes back to the internal storage. It just tells us shows us where we will move our file. So if we're on internal storage and you want to move it to the SD card, tap on the drop down. As you can see, there's a tiny little arrow right here. And from here you have option to go to the SD card. And in here it didn't create the DCIM folder because it didn't need it at the moment, but you can create it yourself if you wanted to by tapping, where is it gonna be? Looks like I can't create a folder right here. And anyway, I could simply paste it right now, like so, and you can see that there's a new folder that has appeared. And if I go back to my internal storage and under DCIM, you can see that now this is empty. So going back to SD card, now you can see there are all the files in here. And let's see if I can create a folder by tapping on the three dots, and there it is. So we could create a new folder like so. We can name it to whatever we want. I'm gonna name it the same as the previous one, like so. And from here I could simply move this to the folder if I wanted to keep it organized. But that is basically how you remove any kind of file from your phone to an SD card and vice versa. The process basically works the same for any kind of file. You do the same steps to achieve this. And if you found this very helpful, Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.